Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm zkCryptoBoy and today we're diving into a fascinating project, zkSync ticker symbol ZK. This video is all about what makes unique in the world of crypto, especially as a layer 2 rollup solution built on Ethereum using zero-knowledge proofs. We'll break down what zkSync is, why it matters, the current state of its token, and then look ahead with long-term price predictions all the way to 2030. Remember, this isn't financial advice, always do your own research. Let's get started and explore what makes such a hot topic in crypto right now. Start with the basics. Is a protocol developed by Matter Labs designed as an Ethereum Layer 2 ZK-rollup. What does that mean? Essentially, uses zero-knowledge proofs to bat transactions off-chain, then submits concise proof back to the Ethereum mainnet. This approach allows for much higher throughput and significantly lower fees compared to using Ethereum directly. Is EVM compatible, so existing Ethereum contracts can migrate or operate with minimal friction. Many believe ZK-rollup technology will become the dominant scaling solution for Ethereum and beyond, making a key player in the ecosystem. One of the standout features of is its EVM compatibility. This means that smart contracts and decentralized applications already running on Ethereum can migrate to zkSync with little to no changes. For developers and users, this is a huge advantage as it reduces the friction of adopting new technology. It also means that it can quickly attract projects looking for scalability without sacrificing the security and ecosystem benefits of Ethereum. This compatibility is a major reason why it is positioned to capture a significant share of Ethereum's activity as the network continues to grow. zkSync leverages ZK-rollup technology, which is becoming increasingly favored by developers and protocols. ZK-rollups batch multiple transactions together and generate a cryptographic proof that is submitted to the Ethereum mainnet. This not only reduces congestion and fees but also maintains the security guarantees of Ethereum. As the scaling crisis on Ethereum continues with high gas fees and slow throughput, solutions like are gaining traction. Many experts believe ZK-rollups will be the future of Ethereum scaling and is at the forefront of this movement. ZK token is central to the zkSync ecosystem. It serves multiple purposes: governance, possible fee settlement, ecosystem incentives, and participation in the network's growth. As zkSync adoption increases, the utility of the ZK token could expand, making it more valuable. However, for the token price to rise significantly, there needs to be real-world usage, ecosystem growth, and possibly mechanisms to constrain supply. The token's role in governance and incentivizing network activity is crucial for the long-term health of the zkSync ecosystem. Ethereum's scaling crisis is well known. High gas fees and slow transaction throughput have become major pain points for users and developers. Layer 2 solutions like offer a way out by providing faster and cheaper transactions while still leveraging Ethereum's security. As more users and projects seek alternatives to the congested mainnet, stands to benefit from increased adoption. If it can capture a large share of Ethereum's activity, it could become a foundational piece of the blockchain's future. Let's take a closer look at the fundamentals and tokenomics of ZK. As of 2025, the token is trading around 3 cents to 5 cents. The circulating supply is approximately 7.2 billion tokens, with a maximum supply capped at 21 billion. The all-time high was about 32 cents, so the current price is roughly 90% below that peak. For the token to see significant upside, either adoption and volume must increase dramatically, or supply must be constrained and utility must deepen. These fundamentals set the stage for understanding ZK's potential. ZK's all-time high was around 32 cents, but the token now trades nearly 90% below that level. This large gap means there's significant room for upside if the right catalysts emerge. However, just because there's room doesn't guarantee a rebound. For ZK to approach or surpass its previous highs, it will need to see a combination of increased adoption, ecosystem growth, and possibly supply reduction. The gap between current price and ATH is both an opportunity and a challenge for investors. Strengths lie in its position as an infrastructure layer for Ethereum. If Ethereum continues to scale and attract more users, Layer 2 solutions could be among the biggest beneficiaries. The growing popularity of ZK-rollup technology among developers and protocols adds to its appeal. Being part of the foundational infrastructure story gives a strong narrative, which can help drive adoption and long-term value for the token. Despite its strengths, zkSync faces several risks. The competition among Layer 2 solutions is fierce, with projects like Arbitrum and Optimism also vying for dominance. For ZK to succeed, it needs real-world usage, revenue generation, and ecosystem growth. Token price alone won't move without strong fundamentals. Additionally, the large total supply could put downward pressure on price, even if utility grows. Broader market downturns can also impact infrastructure tokens like ZK. Let's check in on where ZK stands today. The price is hovering around 3 cents to 4 cents, with a market cap in the $200-300 million range and a circulating supply of over 7 billion tokens. While the token is well below its all-time high, this creates a large potential for upside if the right conditions are met. However, it's important to remember that potential does not guarantee probability. Market sentiment and adoption will be key drivers moving forward. The fact that ZK is trading so far below its all-time high suggests that the market either hasn't fully priced in zkSync's narrative, or there are reservations about its adoption. For a major breakout to occur, one or more catalysts will likely be needed. These could include big protocol adoptions, large partner integrations, or token buybacks and supply reductions. Watching for these signals can help investors gauge when momentum might shift. zkSync to experience a significant price breakout, several catalysts could come into play. Major protocol adoption, integration with large partners, or tokenomics changes like buybacks or supply reductions can all drive momentum. The broader crypto market environment will also influence ZK's trajectory. Keeping an eye on these potential triggers can help investors anticipate when might enter a new growth phase. Now let's dive into the long-term price outlook for ZK. Looking ahead to 2025, 2027, and even 2030. These scenarios are based on assumptions about adoption, token supply, and the overall market environment. We'll explore base case, bull case, and bear case projections to give a comprehensive view of what the future might hold for zkSync. Remember, these are hypothetical and not guarantees, but they can help frame expectations and strategy. In the base case scenario, see steady but not explosive growth. Adoption in DeFi, gaming, and applications increases gradually. The price projection for 2025 is around 5 cents to 10 cents, rising to 20 cents to 30 cents by 2027, and potentially reaching 50 cents to $1 by 2030. In this world, the circulating supply remains large, but usage grows enough that the market cap could reach $3.10 billion, depending on how much supply is in circulation. This scenario assumes moderate success and steady ecosystem development. In the bull case scenario, zkSync becomes one of the major Layer 2 solutions, capturing a large share of Ethereum activity. The ecosystem sees widespread use and token utility deepens through governance and revenue sharing. Price projections jump to $50.100 by 2027 and $2.5 or more by 2030. If the circulating supply is around $10 billion, a $5 price would imply a $50 billion market cap, putting zkSync among the top crypto projects. This scenario requires major adoption, possible supply reductions, and a broad ecosystem shift. The bear case or conservative scenario, zkSync fails to meaningfully differentiate itself or is overshadowed by competitors. Token utility remains modest and adoption is limited. Price projections in this case are much lower, $0.02.005 in 2025, $0.05.10 in 2027, and $0.10.20 by 2030. Here, the token stagnates, use cases are limited, and the large supply prevents significant price gains. This scenario highlights the importance of execution and ecosystem growth for zkSync's success. My personal outlook falls somewhere between the base case and mild bull case scenarios. If I had to pick a target, I'd lean toward $1.02 by 2030 in a favorable market. Achieving $2 or more would require many factors to align, including strong adoption, ecosystem growth, and possibly supply reductions. While this is an optimistic target, it's important to stay realistic and recognize the challenges ahead. These numbers are speculative and should be used for illustrative purposes only. These price projections are based on several key assumptions: continued macro crypto growth, sustained demand for Layer 2 solutions, and meaningful adoption of zkSync. None of these are guaranteed, and much depends on how the project executes its roadmap and attracts users. It's also important to remember that the broader market environment can have a significant impact on token prices, regardless of fundamentals. All of these numbers are speculative and meant for illustrative purposes only. The crypto market is highly volatile, and even the best-laid plans can be disrupted by unforeseen events. Investors should approach these projections with caution and use them as a framework for thinking about potential outcomes, not as guarantees. Always do your own research and consider your risk tolerance before making any investment decision. If you're interested in long-term, high-growth crypto projects, here's how you might approach ZK. Consider accumulating gradually using a dollar-cost averaging DCA strategy. With the price currently low, setting an average buy price while assessing risk can be a smart move. It's important to have a clear target horizon. If you buy at 4 cents and aim for $1 by 2030, that's a potential 25 times return in a favorable scenario. But also set a failure threshold. If there's no adoption or ecosystem growth by 2026, consider reducing or exiting your position. Planning your entry and exit points is crucial. With ZK trading at $0.03.005, you might set an average buy price and adjust your position as new information emerges. If by 2026 there's no sign of adoption or ecosystem growth, it may be wise to reduce or exit your position. Having a clear plan helps manage risk and keeps your investment strategy disciplined, especially in the volatile world of crypto. Validate your investment thesis. Keep an eye on key metrics: the number of apps on zkSync, total value locked TVL, fee generation, active users, and any token burn or supply reduction events. These indicators will help you assess whether it's gaining traction and if the ecosystem is growing as expected. Regularly reviewing these metrics can provide early signals about the project's long-term potential. As with any high-growth token, risk management is essential. Only invest what you can afford to lose, diversify your portfolio, and stay aware of broader market cycles. Crypto markets can be unpredictable, so having a disciplined approach to risk can help protect your capital and reduce emotional decision-making. Remember, even promising projects like zkSync carry significant risks. Broader Layer 2 ecosystem is growing rapidly, with multiple projects competing for dominance. zkSync's success will depend not just on its technology, but also on its ability to attract developers, users, and partners. As the Layer 2 landscape evolves, zkSync's position could strengthen or weaken depending on how well it executes its vision and adapts to changing market dynamics. Developer adoption is a key driver for long-term success. The more developers build on zkSync, the richer its ecosystem becomes. This attracts more users and increases the utility of the ZK token. Tracking the number of projects and applications launching on can provide valuable insights into its growth trajectory and future potential. User adoption is equally important. As more people use for transactions, DeFi, gaming, and other applications, the network becomes more valuable. Monitoring active user numbers, transaction volumes, and user retention rates can help you gauge whether it is gaining real traction in the market. Sustained user growth is a positive sign for long-term value. Ecosystem incentives play a big role in attracting both developers and users. zkSync's tokenomics may include rewards for building on the platform, participating in governance, or contributing to network security. These incentives can help bootstrap growth and create a vibrant, engaged community around zkSync. Keeping an eye on new incentive programs can provide clues about future adoption. Dynamics of token supply are critical for price performance. With a maximum supply of 21 billion and a circulating supply of over 7 billion, supply pressure could limit price gains unless offset by strong demand or supply reduction mechanisms like token burns. Monitoring any changes to tokenomics such as buybacks or burns is essential for understanding the long-term price outlook. Governance is another important aspect of zkSync's ecosystem. Token holders may have the ability to vote on key decisions, such as protocol upgrades, incentive programs, or supply changes. A strong, active community can help guide the project's direction and ensure that it remains responsive to user needs. Participating in governance can also increase the utility and value of the ZK token over time. Or to sustain long-term value, it needs to generate real revenue. This could come from transaction fees, ecosystem services, or partnerships. As the network grows and more value flows through zkSync, revenue generation will become a key metric to watch. Projects that can demonstrate sustainable revenue are more likely to attract long-term investors and ecosystem participants. Strategic partnerships and integrations can accelerate growth. Collaborations with major protocols, exchanges, or enterprise partners can bring new users and use cases to the platform. Announcements of new partnerships often act as catalysts for price movement and can signal growing confidence in zkSync's technology and vision. Operates in a highly competitive environment, with other Layer 2 solutions like Arbitrum and Optimism also vying for market share. Each project brings its own strengths and weaknesses, and the landscape is constantly evolving. Staying informed about competitor developments can help you anticipate shifts in market dynamics and adjust your strategy accordingly. Broader crypto market environment plays a huge role in determining token prices. Bull markets can lift all projects, while bear markets often hit infrastructure tokens hard. Macro factors like regulation, global economic conditions, and investor sentiment can all impact zkSync's trajectory. Keeping an eye on these trends can help you make more informed investment decisions. Tracking adoption milestones is a great way to measure progress. Key events like reaching a certain number of active users, total value locked, or major protocol launches can signal that the project is gaining momentum. These milestones often precede periods of rapid growth and can help validate your investment thesis. Expanding the utility of the ZK token is crucial for long-term value. Beyond governance and fee settlement, new use cases like staking, rewards, or ecosystem services can increase demand for the token. Projects that continually innovate and expand token utility are more likely to sustain growth and attract a loyal user base. Supply reduction mechanisms like token burns or buybacks can help offset inflationary pressures and support price appreciation. If zkSync implements such mechanisms, it could create additional demand for the token and help sustain higher prices over time. Monitoring announcements about supply changes is important for investors focused on long-term value. Signals of ecosystem growth include increasing developer activity, new dApp launches, and rising transaction volumes. These indicators suggest that it is gaining traction and building a sustainable foundation for future growth. Regularly checking ecosystem updates can help you stay ahead of market trends and make informed decisions. Vibrant community is a strong asset for any crypto project. zkSync's community can drive adoption, provide feedback, and help spread awareness. Engaged communities often contribute to governance, support new initiatives, and attract new users. Participating in community channels and staying connected can provide valuable insights into the project's direction. Regulation is an ever-present factor in the crypto space. Changes in regulatory policy can impact zkSync's operations, token utility, and market access. Staying informed about regulatory developments is important for managing risk and anticipating potential challenges or opportunities for the project. Understanding where we are in the crypto market cycle can help inform your investment decisions. Bull markets tend to lift all projects, while bear markets can suppress even the strongest fundamentals. Timing your entries and exits based on market cycles can improve your risk-adjusted returns and help you avoid common pitfalls. Long-term vision is to become a foundational layer for Ethereum scalability, leveraging zero-knowledge proof technology to enable fast, cheap, and secure transactions. If the project can execute on this vision and attract a robust ecosystem, it has the potential to deliver significant value to token holders over time. Staying focused on the long-term story can help you navigate short-term volatility. SumUp is a compelling infrastructure play in the Ethereum ecosystem, offering scalability through Layer 2 technology and zero-knowledge proofs. The project has real upside potential if adoption grows, but faces significant competition and risks related to token supply and market cycles. Long-term price targets range from $1.02 by 2030 in a favorable scenario, with a stretch goal of $2.05 if everything goes right. As always, do your own research and manage your risk carefully. It presents a promising approach to solving Ethereum's scalability challenges. Its success will depend on adoption, ecosystem growth, and the ability to differentiate from competitors. While the long-term outlook is optimistic, it's important to remain realistic about the risks and uncertainties involved. Keep monitoring key metrics, stay engaged with the community, and adjust your strategy as new information emerges. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive into zkSync. If you found this analysis helpful, make sure to subscribe and stay tuned for future updates. Keep researching, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, keep an eye on and the evolving world of Layer 2 solutions. There's a lot more to come in this space.